Hi, it's Liz from G Mum's Place again, and I'm here today with Love Swept number 86, which is Blue Velvet by Iris Johanson. It was published in 1985. Here's the synopsis. Part gypsy, part untouched golden child of the sea, Kate Gilbert was the most bewitching woman Beau Lantry had ever seen. Rashly, he agreed to help rescue her friends, risking his ship, his crew, even his life. But Kate was no damsel in distress, he discovered, and showed him it was all he could do to match her bravado. But under the sultry moonlight, Beau took the lead, teaching his untutored Kate the exquisite joys of loving, vowing to make her happy, yet fearing that meant letting her go. Love Swept's motto is love stories you'll never forget by authors you'll always remember. And that is true. A lot of the Love Swept authors I've continued buying after they've finished with Love Swept. Okay, here are the first paragraphs. What other choice do we have? Kate argued, running her hand distractedly through her riot of short curls. Her eyes were fixed gloomily on the entrance to the waterfront tavern across the street. We're caught between Scylla and Charybdis. Scylla and Charybdis? Julio asked blankly. You know, the she-monster of the sea and the whirlpool, Kate said, her gaze still on the door to Alvarez's bar. He didn't know, but then Kate was always referring to things he knew nothing about. What Geoffrey calls between a rock and a hard place. Kate nodded. If we don't go into that tavern and get Geoffrey, he's going to end up in the cockpit of the plane with a knife at his throat. Or they'll get him so drunk he'll tell them the location of the Cessna. If he doesn't pass out first, Julio suggested hopefully. According to the bartender, he was pretty close to that point a few minutes ago. Then they'll wake him up and start all over, Kate said. She shook her head. No, we've got to go in after him. Once we have him out of Ralph Despard's clutches, we'll worry about getting him off Castellano. And how do we do that? Julio asked, his lips curving in a sceptical smile. Despard is alone at the table with Geoffrey now, but Simmons and a few of the other men are in one of the back rooms. If we make any move, they'll pour out of there and be all over us. Kate bit her lower lip. We can't make any obvious moves. I don't want them to realise that you're a part of Geoffrey's crew. You've always been away guarding the plane when Despard has visited Geoffrey at the cottage. As long as he doesn't know you exist, you'll be safe. I'll go in by myself. No, I will not permit it, Julio says firmly. He should have known how she'd react. Kate was as protective as a lioness with her cub about anyone she cared about, and she cared about Geoffrey Brendan, perhaps too much for her own good. In the 4 years he'd been with the two of them, he'd watched her nurse Brendan through hangovers, tease him into cheerfulness when he was depressed, and pull him out of scrapes. It never occurred to her to ask for anything in return. Kate always gave with both hands. He couldn't criticise Geoffrey for taking from her. He himself had accepted her loving generosity and devoted affection on many occasions. However, he couldn't swallow the idea of her walking into that bar alone. If it must be done, we'll do it together. No, I think I've come up with a way. Her brow was wrinkled in thought. Did you check the location of the power box, as I asked? It's outside, in the back. He nodded. Good. She checked her wristwatch. It was just past midnight. In 10 minutes, I want you to be at the power box. Give an on-off flicker as a warning for me. Everyone will think it's just a power surge. Then a minute later, turn off the lights altogether and remove the fuse, okay? And what will you be doing while I'm playing with the fuse box? I'll be at the table distracting Despard and trying to find a way to ease him out of the picture. Distracting? Julio frowned. I hope you don't mean what I think you mean. You wouldn't know how to handle a man like Despard. Oh, Julio, I said distract, not seduce. It shouldn't be all that difficult to divert the man for 10 minutes. He's made a pass at me almost every time he's been at the cottage. She made a face. Not that I'm anything special. He probably makes a pass at every woman under 80. As you know, I thoroughly enjoy the Love Swept published books. This one was no different. She is a gypsy, raised by a smuggler with no formal education and no passport. Yet she seems to hop from one country to the next around the Caribbean. This book has danger in the form of drug smugglers, friendships, and responsibilities. Look out for any Iris Johanson books, as her books have only gotten better with her maturity as an author. It was a lovely, lovely book, and I'm sure that you would enjoy any of the Love Swepts if you got hold of them. As always, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get told when the videos go up, smash the like button, and thank you very much for watching this video.